All right, guys. So I'm really happy today that we have Deborah here, Deborah McLain, who is a storytelling coach here with us. And she's actually here live with Linda while I'm across, a couple states online. But I don't get to be there with them, but I'm really happy to have you here. So welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Linda, what's the first question you want to fire away for Deborah?
So I would like to know, what is your most favorite tip that you like to pass on to your clients?
I would say that the person knows and has all the answers within them. Someone like me just comes along and helps bring it out. And that is the most exciting part of the process for me, is just helping someone realize their own amazing stories and help them discover them and do what they really dream of doing and making their dreams come true, putting goals on them, not just dreaming forever, but actually realizing their dream. And in particular, these authors, they're realizing their dream of having a book in their hand that has their name on it, and their story is just incredible.
So Deborah, what I would like to know, when you got involved in being a coach, was it because of who you are, or was it a particular experience that led you to that direction?
That's a good question. About in 2012, I started a publishing company with a business partner, and we really wanted to come alongside our authors and make their stories as clear and compelling as possible. And so we just started coaching them, and I took it further. This past year, I created a workshop on my own called What's Your Story, to really help participants and students to really get in touch with their own personal story and stories within that story, so that they can communicate in different ways depending on what they're going to use it for audiences or for books or blogs, whatever it is. But they can use their personal stories to really connect with others. So it just happened naturally.
That's awesome. I know how important storytelling is, obviously, as being a content creator. Me and Linda create a lot of content online. It's really important to be able to convey not just the content in itself, but in a way that resonates with people and makes them want to listen. So that's fantastic that you do that. So talking about, storytelling and coaching that you provide with that, give me a little bit more high level view of your process. What is that, whether it be a workshop or when you work one-on-one, how does your high level process work?
Well, I do a lot of listening at first, because that informs me. What's coming at me informs me of where they're at, where they've been. Oftentimes we are very used to ourselves, and we don't realize the things that we've overcome in our lives that could help others. And so the first thing I do is listen and feed back to a person their own stories, and show them that they are overcomers and that they're inspiring, that they can help others who are going through similar things. So that's one of the things I do right off the bat.
That's amazing. So in the process you just described, if this is kind of the vessel of your ship, right? What is the end result, the destination for your client, and how do you know that they got there?
Good question. Again, it depends on the client and their goal, but ultimately the process of really listening, asking good questions, getting them to their own goals and what they really want, and removing the blocks or the fears, depending on what they are, removing those and having a clear path and then a clear destination. That's what it's going to look like.
So. Love that. That's awesome.
So, Deborah, what kind of client are you the wrong coach for? And on the flip side, what makes your ideal client? What about them do they have?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I would say the wrong client might be someone that's not quite comfortable opening up and kind of diving deep. I'm not that scary, but I think the best person that I'm a coach for is someone who really wants to learn, who is open to the discoveries of their own life stories, and willing to try creative things and creative ways of expressing them. I have tools that I use in my workshops that go into detail. And also, to give you an example, we have an author right now who was in the military. She has an incredible story. She had to dive really deep and be really courageous when she wrote her story. And we just came alongside her and supported that and coached, just supported and encouraged, and said what she's doing right when she was doing it right, and pointing that out and just do more of that. And so it's very organic the way I do things. I can't say that I have this. I'm on the creative side of life anyway. Bless my husband, he has to put up with me. But so I really go into each coaching session very individual, and I treat each one with that specific kind of approach where I really just do a lot of listening and really want to hone in on, first of all, what they want and how to get them there. And it's been very rewarding. This particular author that I just told you about now has completed her book. She is doing a book launch on September 1st here in the Olympia area. And she's getting a lot of buzz online. And I'm so proud of her because this was not an easy process for her, but she did it.
So cool. That's so cool. But it sounds like to be an ideal client for you, you kind of have to be ready to be vulnerable a little bit, to deep dive into yourself, your history, and kind of open up. So I think that people are looking for a coach like you need to ask themselves first, am I ready to be vulnerable to really get the great results? Love that.
Yeah. And I will say, just to add to that, that I'm always willing to be vulnerable too. So it kind of gives people permission to do the same thing. So.
Love it. That's amazing. I can just see by your face and your expression right now how passionate you are about this. Like that tells me everything. You're doing this not because of a paycheck, not because of anything. You're doing this because it truly gives people that freedom of expression and that ability to change other people's lives. That's amazing. I love that. Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you. And we hope that, lots of people come to you for some writing advice.
I hope so too. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks so much.